Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity character showcase. And today we are going to be looking at the fourth and final of the future characters, and that is Yunobo. Probably my favorite out of the four, personally, because what makes Yunobo so interesting is that his gimmick constantly keeps you engaged. You're constantly paying attention to what he does, and as long as you're able to do the proper follow-ups with his rock roast gimmick, then you're going to be just fine in locking down your opponents and essentially bullying them without any fear of retaliation. Yunobo is a really fun character, easily often overlooked in favor of characters like Sidon, but I think that after doing this video, you may be interested in a character that's just a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more interactive. But before I get into it though, I want to talk about his rock roast ability. You have the ability to cycle through 3 different kinds of protection abilities. The protection abilities themselves will do passive damage to the enemies around you. In particular, the red spiky one does a little bit more, especially during flurry rushes. It adds to, or it stacks on top of the typical damage you would do with the flurry rush. Very useful overall for just getting some extra hits. You're going to find that you're going to do quite a bit of passive damage. It's not enough to completely delete them just by existing near them, but you'll notice that over time, as you're constantly in the enemy's face, which is basically all the time, you're going to be dealing quite a bit. So the other thing about the rock roast I want to mention is that as you go through each of these 3 abilities, the point of it is if you input corresponding combos that activate additional effects with this additional protection ability, what's going to happen there is you're going to immediately stagger them. Even if it's not a combo 6, you're going to stagger them immediately, and the window of opportunity for you to do a stasis when you expose that weak point gauge is a lot bigger than normal. It's very important that you keep that in mind. You can keep on laying on the pressure with your different protection abilities, and knowing which one to do at the proper time is key to making Yunobo work, and he does really well at it. So currently we're looking at the standard orange protection. The orange protection essentially is a buff to his combo 5 ability. The combo 5, normally when you do a combo 5, you would just do like, he would just jump into the air with a single fist, but with the orange, it is going to be a multitude of fists in the air, and this is very important because you're able to detonate them. The moment Yunobo jumps up into the air, you'll expose the weak point gauge, and then when you're there, you can immediately cancel into another rock roast eat, and you'll detonate all of the fists. And when you detonate all the stone fists, you're going to deal a fair amount of weak point gauge damage, if not deleting it altogether on lower difficulties. It's really useful. Now, the other one I want to point out is the red spiked ball. This one augments his combo 4. 3 regular attacks followed by a strong. You can press it repeatedly and then release a whirlwind, and during this time, the whirlwind will continue hitting them. Then you can follow it up with a stasis, eat another rock roast, and then hit another corresponding combo. So let's just say you hit the whirlwind, then you eat the rock roast, and then in the scenario, we get the orange, you would just go ahead and input another combo 5, and then that is probably going to end up breaking it immediately without any problems whatsoever. The final one I want to point out is the yellow. This is my favorite one because it lets you do the combo 6. This one, with the combo 6, is that you'll set up a cannon. You'll load yourself in the cannon and fire yourself off, and even from a large distance, you will hit the enemy and then create a weak point gauge that way. The entire duration, it's a fairly long animation for loading up the cannon and firing it, but Yunobo is invincible the entire time. It hits so much, and like I said earlier, the window of opportunity for hitting a stasis gauge once you land is still there. So if you see that the weak point gauge isn't fully destroyed by that one combo, then all you have to do is just pick up the rest of the pieces. It's really deadly and really useful, and not to mention really fun. Yunobo is a very dynamic character. He's the one that you want to use if you're looking, again, for a much more interactive style of play. All of his other combos are fairly nice. I mean, there isn't really that much that needs to be said. As long as you're constantly taking advantage of your different combos with the protections, you're going to be dominating the fields no matter what. One thing I do want to point out, though, for a bit of advice for people here, is that whenever you activate stasis, he is going to immediately go into a bouncing motion. The best way to cancel it, obviously, is by dodging, but another thing that you can do is you can go straight into a rock roast in midair. That is going to stop any motion that he's doing and put him back in a standing state, and you'll be in prime position to begin your combos once more. So yeah, you know what? We're gonna quickly jump over into another map. I'm gonna show you what Yunobo can do. I like this character a lot, so do you know what? We're gonna do what we did with Urbosa and do 2 demonstrations at once. So let's go ahead, rock out. Okay, so for today's demonstration, the first one, we are going to go fight against the Ganon Blights. And I originally wanted to do this for the intro of this video, but unfortunately the Water Blight Ganon just teleports into the entrance, so there was no way I'd be able to kind of get that first 5 minutes to explain the combos before actually demonstrating it. But yeah, here we go. With Yunobo's weapon, I like this character so much, I maxed out his weapon without even realizing it. The fun thing about Yunobo is that when you combine the fact that his strong attacks do quite a bit of damage, and you combine that with the fact that he has protections that do passive damage, you're going to be racking up quite a bit of damage over time. So what I have here is I've got quite a bit of special attack charge rate. The thing about the protections that he has is even though he doesn't outright kill the enemies by standing near them, they still count as constant hits, so you're going to be building up special a lot faster than you would realize. Attack speed isn't the most important thing in the world, obviously this is more of a preference on this character than anything else, but similarly to Darunia, as long as you're constantly on the offensive and then you're always cornering and locking the enemy down, attack speed isn't quite as important in my opinion. And of course, additional strong attack damage is always a good idea, considering that his augmented abilities with the corresponding inputs with protections do quite a bit of damage on their own too. So that's all I could really say. Feel free to pick and choose whatever you want. I would personally recommend special attack charge rates. Even against fighting single target enemies, you're going to be building up like some surprise amounts of meters as well, so definitely give that a look. Other than that, though, there isn't really much else I can say. We're gonna quickly double check very hard and get things started. Now, something I should have also pointed out is that Sheikah Slate prompts. They're never a bad idea, there's no reason to not go for them, but I personally would just prefer to like preserve my stasis because that's what my playstyle is. Okay, combo 5. Yeah, and again, you're canceling that ability with your unique ability in order to detonate all those fists. If you're right in front of your enemy as that attack goes off and they're under, and all those fists are underneath them, they're going to be eating all of that damage on the weak point gauge. I hope I got it, yep. And keeping an eye on that stasis. And similarly to what I did with the Sheikah Slate Zelda, is that there's nothing wrong with kind of just pummeling them a little bit before continuing. Just let yourself, give yourself that time. Give yourself that time. Oh, so much damage. And again, similarly to what we did there, give yourself some time to let that Sheikah rune come back. And go for another weak point smash. This guy is a powerhouse and I love it so much. Again, orange, we gotta use yourself. Just give ourselves some additional time again. Use that orange. The moment you see the orange, immediately start inputting the combo 5. If you get it out fast enough, you're going to have invincibility. And then if you see yourself with a yellow, even if you're far away, because the cannon reaches so far and you'll still reap the benefit of that, just, yeah, go ahead, start inputting. Can I get it now? Actually, yes. Speaking of which, here, oh no, I messed it up! Don't fire at me. There we go. Here comes the cannon. The moment you land, switch. Put in that combo for free. And similarly, again, if you didn't watch the Sheikah Slate Zelda, always occasionally press the R button, but don't mash the attack button as you're checking for your Sheikah Slate rune cooldowns, because you'll end up accidentally hitting the bomb. Let's go for a combo 4. It's really, really nice. Even with a combo 4, even if you don't do too much damage, go for a stasis, then go for your next combo. If you find yourself with a combo 5 orange, then just do that thing that we did. There we go again, locking him down. Then we have a cannon. This lasts so long that even if it runs out, even if the weak point gauge runs out, because the attack goes on for so long, you're going to end up doing the weak point gauge exposure again. Alright, you know what, I might as well burn a special, I don't mind. Just pummel him to death. Such a fun character. But yeah, like I said, the enduring hits. Can I do it? Yes, going through the tornado, all that invincibility, you take complete advantage of that. Completely taking advantage of that. And remember, by canceling your combo 5, your enhanced combo 5, you will also deal additional damage just by standing near them to the weak point gauge. The moment you get out, perfect, combo 6 time. Combo 6, as soon as you see that lightning. Like, the moment you see the shape and the color, immediately start inputting those combos. Jump up! I wasn't sure if I was going to make it in time. I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to make it in time, but we're good. I think because of the Ganons, though, they do tend to be a little bit slower. Some characters react much faster. It's important to be mindful of that. Here we go! Cannon! So, this one's a little bit tricky because it's a bit smaller than we are used to. But again, we have all the time in the world to beat it down. We have 11 minutes left. Here we go! This character is so exciting, I love it so much. What do we got? Oh, we got a cannon, coming up. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. The moment you land, dodge cancel. Let's do a combo 5 to correspond to this. Just laying on the hurt. What else do we got? Again, cancel that. Detonate all of that. Just non-stop pain train this guy is. This is like... It's funny, I mentioned this with the Revali and Teba video, or the comparison with Teba and Revali, and how, like, these characters, they seem so similar to Daruk thematically, but the thing is, though, the thing about this, though, is that the way that they were able to plan it, to make it so that each of these characters are so distinct, in a way that even their playstyles are completely different, it's just fantastic. But yeah, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead, cut over to the next one. But all I can really say, though, is that even though this guy may share some similarities appearance-wise and even concept-wise to Daruk, completely different play styles, and it's just such a dynamic and engaging style of play. But enough talk, let's move on to the next one. Alright, for our last and final demonstration is going to be the Goron Spirits mission with Yunobo and Daruk. I figured, you know, we might as well, thematically, again, it is a Goron-themed type of thing that we're doing here, and I think one of the things that makes Yunobo stand out is just how, again, the interactivity, the dynamic factor of this character. Like, so much can be said, but I think the actions speak for itself. The fact that I'm just constantly engaged by how you would do stuff and play as Yunobo, and the fact that that play is rewarded, and each of the different playstyles, all the different design concepts are just so well thought out in this game, and I'm really happy. I honestly hope, normally I don't hope for DLC, because I figured, you know what, if you're gonna make a game, make a complete day one, but this game could really use some additional content just so that we can have more excuses to come back and do stuff, so that I'm not also constantly redoing the same maps for these videos. But yeah, really great character. Definitely one of the most fun ones. I don't know about being the best, but honestly, if you're having fun, I think that's all that matters. Let's rock. Switch over. Now, this particular one, we have to fight against a bunch of moblins, protect the allied keep, pretty standard stuff. Although, this particular map is a bit on the cramped side. Again. No! I mistimed it! Wait, maybe this counts. Okay, good. I was just thinking, no, I mistimed it. But we're good. Alright, so that is the first one down. Like I said, the cannon, the entire duration, you are able to use it. You're completely invincible for the entire duration of that attack. Here we go. Explosion. That thing breaks it almost instantly. It's extremely good. As long as you're close enough and they're getting hit by all those different individual fists. Okay, we got an electric Lionel over here, and you know what, let's surprise him with a cannon. No! I inputted too fast. Oh no, it's coming my way. Oh no. Oh no, he's just gonna stay there. Alright, open wide. Time for some lariats with a combo 4. Oh, this character's so awesome. I should have waited. I should have delayed it. Ah, it's okay. Oh, he narrowly missed. He narrowly dodged that attack. If he did any other attack, I would have been able to hit him, but of course that attack causes him to zoom beneath. You go, dodge cancel. Spin. Spin to win. Oh, I made the same mistake twice. I should have gone. Wait, hang on. Really? You're gonna go for the same attack? But this time he's gonna hit you with it. That's fine. Oh, this is gonna hurt, my friend. Your life ends in 40 seconds. Seriously, the amount of damage that the augmented combo 5 with the orange buff is really potent. It breaks the weak point gauge super fast. And we're playing on very hard mode, by the way, so this is as high as the resistances get. This is like a sleeper top tier, I bet. I don't know, it's still too early to say, and I think I've already said my piece when it comes to, like, tier lists. I highly doubt I'm going to make one for any of these videos, but, I don't know, who knows? Never, don't say never. I just nuked the wizard. I thought I would go for a weak point gauge, but we're just gonna delete him if that's okay. Save some time. Oh man, I need to hurry up and find an enemy to hit them with this cannon. Yes! You have a volunteer? Wait, no, wait. No! It's so cramped. Here we go. I think, yep. No. Hit that stasis. Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's learn from our mistakes this time. And just like that, we already have the 3 meters of special without even thinking about it. That's like what I said. Without even thinking about it, we got ourselves that special. Jump up in the air! Ah, never mind. That one reacts a little bit fast. I think Club Lionels, they have a tendency to... Because, like, again, this is a very cramped quarters that we're in. Yeah, so yeah, go for the cannon. Even if he wakes up, it hits so many times, that's just gonna throw him back into it. Alright, do you think we can win on just 1/4 heart? It'll be a repeat of the Sidon video, I bet. Do you know what? Just because, like, again, very cramped, and this will grant us an additional hit. Lariats! Dodge cancel the moment it comes out. Like, the main benefit to that one is that even though the red, the lariats, doesn't necessarily break as fast, it doesn't break weak point gauge as fast as the combos 5 and 6, but it does it so quickly, and the input is a lot faster. Alright. There are some more enemies around us. We technically don't even need to use the special except for the Lionel, so that's always a good sign. Alright, Wizrobe, stand still. Combo 4, Lariats. Alright. And there's an electric moblin this way. Ooh! Stay in that side. Come on, here we go. Oh, yes. That's so much damage. Did you see that? It just deleted. It just completely deleted until we got that weak point gauge. That weak point gauge was absolute overkill. Alright, time to bully a Lionel. Yes, here we go. Time to go in guns a-blazing. Geronimo! Yeah, look at all that passive, all those passive hits that we're getting. Even though we're topped up, we're potentially gaining so much more. Use the bombs. Can we get in time? Oh, we can. Combo 6. Again, even if he breaks out of the weak point gauge, we're gonna hit him so many times. Move the stasis back up. Oh my goodness, this character is fun. Such a fun character. Also, he is a bit quicker than Daruk as well. Oh, wow. Just when I said it. Okay, run back. We're running this back. You know what? This gives us more time to play around then. Here we go. Go ahead for the cannon. No more messing around. We're just gonna quickly end this. Alright. My goodness, that combo 4, I'm sorry, the combo 5 does so much damage. Single targets and groups. It's really nice. Honestly, because yeah, we were just playing around, but look how fast we clear out these guys, though. It's insanely good. There is an enemy on the right that we should quickly address before we continue. And then we have some business with the Lionel. So he throws that rock in the air. It's super fast. That's the other thing too. The fact that you're canceling the animations means that, yeah, you don't even have to waste all that much time either, compared to most characters where it's intentionally drawn out, because that's how these games tend to be. Here we go. I have a bone to pick with you, Mr. Lionel, sir. Combo 5. Just gonna pummel him with impunity now. Look how much damage we did. That's so much. Seriously, like, just surprisingly, it's in a similar vein to Hestu, just the act of setting things up. The act of setting things up is more than enough to do some substantial damage. I don't think this is enough to KO. Is it? Oh yeah! Never underestimate Yunobo. And the last thing we're going to do is clear out this keep for free with a special. Let's become one of the Pillarmen now. Oh, we're gonna draw this out? Yeah, we're gonna draw this out now. Goodbye! But yeah, like, you saw the fact that that checkpoint took us so far back, but we were able to run it back really quickly just because Yunobo's damage output is surprisingly high. He's definitely one of the biggest heavy hitters, I'm pretty sure. Like, comparing it with, like, Daruk, where you're just wailing away at the enemy and then blocking at the proper time, and then you have Yunobo, which is just a never-ending pain drain. But yeah, guys, that is all for today's Yunobo showcase. Thank you guys very much for joining me today. Yunobo was the last of the 4 characters, the 4 big spoiler characters, and now, after this, we're going to go to, I believe, the final 4 characters. Yeah, we're down to the last 4, which is crazy. Following that, though, I'm not 100% sure. When the new year rolls around, I don't know what's going to be happening with videos for Hyrule Warriors. It would be nice if there's DLC, then yeah, that would give us something to address. I said earlier in the video that I'm not too keen on tier lists, but I do want to do like a brief overview of the roster, so maybe that's a thing that we'll do in the future. Other than that, though, there's not really much else I can say. Yunobo, super fun character, 100% recommend to people if you like more dynamic playstyles in your characters, a little more than just inputting the exact same combos, but rather like swapping in between the most effective one or the most efficient one, whatever suiting the scenario that the game gives to you. It may, at first glance, Yunobo seems like the character that is like an RNG dependent one, but you don't have to play him as that, though. I feel like some people might misunderstand that like you want to go exactly for the specific one, similarly to Lana with the gate. Lana with the gate, you would constantly like cycle through all the different monsters and then get the best one. But in the case of Yunobo, it's just the moment you see it, you can, in that quick split second, choose to go for another one, like just one, or go with that one that you were given and then using it, inputting the correct combo. So yeah, quick refresher though, for those guys that, just to drill this into your head a little bit further, if you see the orange, then that is a combo 5. You see a red with spikes, that is a combo 4. And if you see the yellow with electricity, that is the combo 6. It's easier to do with muscle memory. I had trouble just saying it off the top of my head, but that's essentially what it is though. Very effective, very damaging, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did watching this video. But until then, thank you guys very much for joining me for today's showcase, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.